So I guess we're gonna have one more project on the pond here before winter. I keep thinking we're done, but the weather's just so nice today, I can't resist. We're going to put some fish spawning bed, I'm gonna call it, down in here. We're also gonna give you an update on the fill of the pond. You might even hear it filling right now. Let's get started. I'm gonna move this water hose out of our way best I can. I think we're at about 11 or 12 days, probably about 12 days. And I would say it's right up at about that level I said that was my nose in the prior video. So yeah, I think Christy was right. Christy was right. I said it twice. You know, it seems like I say it in almost every episode these days. I have to. You know, there's not much sun this time of year, and this is the southern border of the pond, the southern bank of the pond, so it gets almost no sun. And it's staying wet. If we were working on the northern bank over there, it's white as can be. You can tell it's dry. But I'm trying to figure out whether we can get down in here with a tractor or not. We still have water standing here. I'm wanting to put rock right in here, and then I'd like to put a kind of a border right in here somewhere to keep that rock from flowing down into the water. And yeah, it looks like we have about 6 more inches before that overruns us. Now, many of you in the comments said, if we're running water from our well all this time, we're gonna destroy our well pump. You were right.
We did.
We did, but we kind of knew that we probably would. The well pump was almost 30 years old anyway. And to let the secret out, I kind of wanted a new one because I wanted one of these constant pressure systems.
Oh, I didn't quite get that part.
Now we have a constant pressure system with a lot more pressure than before. So actually, it's filling faster at this point than what it was before anyway. And we still have plenty of water inside. And with this constant pressure system, the pump doesn't kick on and off, right? So we're not actually going to cause it any damage by pumping all the time at this point, because it's just going to slow the pump down as necessary and speed it back up. So yeah, it's not a problem now. That may even modify my plans for the ongoing fill of the pond. We'll see how that goes next spring. Well, this is the way we decided to deal with the mud. Use Vinny. Just make a line, yeah. Never mind that it's not. See, we're gonna do, if we do a second level, we'll hook this little thing on the back of them, sort of. And keep it. I don't know how far out here we'll go. Probably not any further than that. You may be curious about the gallon jug that's attached to the end of the water hose. I put that on there to make sure the water didn't just shoot directly into the bank or the bottom of the pond, eroding the sidewalls. They make pallet forks for Vinny, but I told him I didn't need any. And then wouldn't you know it, the first project I get, I could use some. Well, typically, we have a lot of pallet forks on other machines, so we don't worry about that. The controls are so hard for me to get used to. Lift capacity is pretty good. This is a big load of rock here. Where do you want these? Here? Whoa! Okay, next load's gonna be smaller. The next load's smaller because that's the last of these retaining wall blocks that we have laying around here. I think that was Christy's favorite part of this particular project because she's been wanting to get rid of these retaining wall blocks for years. The prior owner had left them here. I hope you guys can remember Dave. I first met Dave actually in Honduras. Well, not in Honduras, but on the way to Honduras. And Dave's been helping me here with some service work and mechanic work, repairs. We'll show you some of that in well, at least one later video. Who knows? Probably a lot over the winter and ongoing. But today it was so nice we decided to get out and work on this a little bit. Dave works for a company that has a lot of over-the-road trucks, and he does mechanic work for those. I'm probably not allowed to name it.
No, not so much.
You would all know the company. He does all the, not all of it, but he does maintenance work for these over-the-road trucks. So he knows what he's doing, and I appreciate it. I need it.
He's been a blessing.
Hey, are we ready for pea gravel?
Looks like it.
Okay, I hope I can stop.
Oh my.
How's that?
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You wanna come out?
Don't let me back off, Christy. Okay, straight back.
Oh! There you go.
I wish I could have got turned a little more.
Probably still could if you.
Yeah, if I would just cut the wheels this way, I might be able
I
to,
think it'll slide and just push.
which is what I want.
Right.
Is that doing any better? What do you think?
Yeah, that's better.
It's open now. Yeah, every time you were bumping that, it was closing. But I don't know how it's supposed to operate. So.
Yeah. Well, this isn't optimal. It's about as optimal as we could get. I mean, optimally, we would have it down there. I need that mulch mule trailer I had.
Yeah.
Then we could have shot it right out there. $80,000, I think, Christy.
No,
Exactly.
nada.
I'm tempted to just dump the whole thing here
Yeah.
and deal with it rather
Yeah.
than trying to move, and because we're going to have to rake it down off of this side, see?
Yeah.
You know why you're here, Dave?
Assuming you have no power tools to do this, as far as manual labor.
I'm actually not sure how to do this. We could,
So it wants to slide down. It's just too much at the bottom there. We just need to kind of rake away at it,
yeah.
and it'll keep rolling down most of it, I would think.
I am really surprised that you're not just going to take Vinny over the edge and push it down.
Okay. Should I get the bucket instead of the grapple?
Yeah.
All right, there's no question I can push some of that with Vinny, or we could even move some of it from down there.
Yeah, I think if you put the bucket on, you could move it from down here because
Yeah,
a lot
and
of it's going to want to come down. Okay, the manual way to get the rocks down. It's kind of fun, actually. Is it easier to walk down it?
I think it's a process of climbing up and then going back down.
Okay. This is like playing on the sand dunes in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's a little
How good that actually appears to be working.
It's kind of tiring to me though.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, where's the tractor?
Now, I really didn't like the looks of what I saw after we dumped it out. I really wasn't sure how we were going to be able to get it off of that sidewall like that. As you saw, I had kind of given up and was just going to try to do it by hand, but Christy talked me into using Vinny. And I was amazed at how well Vinny worked for this. I was able to get up here on this side and navigate a lot better than I could have with a traditional tractor. I think I'd have just been wasting my time with a traditional tractor in this weird situation. Even that's doing good. Yeah. Anything to get those rocks pulled off of that steep bank. Here's an example where it would work out really well. I could get right there with the same angle as the side of that bank and pull it right off of there. After I got done, there was only maybe an inch or so left on the side of the bank. This is steep. Steep on this bank. It would have been hard to do this with Johnny. I didn't think we could do it with Vinny, to be honest. I thought it was going to be all by hand.
You just don't trust Vinny. Man.
Let me pretend I'm a shovel expert for a moment. Anyone who watches this channel knows I'm not a shovel expert. But anyway, a flat shovel is a unique tool, right? Sometimes it's perfect. The majority of the time it's incredibly frustrating. You cannot dig with a flat shovel. You need a pointed shovel like the other one I brought. But boy, when it comes to like scraping off the side of this wall here or scraping on a floor, the only thing that beats it is something that has a seat.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try to drag some more of this, Dave. I think what we have to figure out here in the next few minutes is whether we have enough, right? And I can't tell for sure how thick that is, so I'll drag and if you wanna.
I'll keep raking it up to the sides and off the side of the wall if I can.
$350 for 5 yards. So I'm trying to figure out whether we have enough or not.
For a fish bed, probably. I guess it is the fish maternity ward though. You know, that makes it cost more.
The OB. I bought the pea gravel locally. I only drove maybe 3-4 miles to get it, so I know I was paying a huge convenience fee rather than driving to the river somewhere to actually pick it up. But in my situation here, time is money, so I had to get it as quick as I could. And no, that's not always the case. Sometimes you have more time, and it makes sense to drive a little further for a discount. Tube.
Yeah.
I thought I had him on good this time too.
Ooh.
Can you throw that thing out of the way?
Yeah.
Not into the pond, preferably.
I thought you said you needed fish stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get this all spread against these rocks anyway and see what we think. If I were a commenter, I'd say, what do you mean you spent $350? Fish are going to find a place to spawn anyway. And I do believe that. But hey, this is to get the rest of you that says, oh, you've got to have a pea gravel bottom for them to spawn.
I didn't think that little pile was going to be enough.
Well, it went further than I thought too. We're pretty thin down here, but you know, it don't matter.
Well, I was telling Christy, my grandfather's got a pond that's 4 times this size, and I think the fish are the peat gravel bed, and it's a quarter of this. So.
Oh, they do have a pea gravel bed?
Just a small one.
Uh-huh.
It was an afterthought though.
Just dump it in the water after it was already?
Yep.
I'm not sure you really need to smooth it out. I hear they kind of use their tail and make a hole.
You think we should make the holes for them?
No, I think that's part of their little dance they do when they lay eggs.
Well, this wasn't that hard of a project. Did make some ruts up there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fix that.
I think the reason this wasn't so hard is because Dave was here.
I think you're right.
Oof, I think it was because of Vinny.
You know, I don't know how I could have done that with Johnny. The way that angle and all worked, I couldn't have got up there like that very easily. This worked really well. I think we're not going to fill the pond the rest of the way this fall. We will fill it up probably about to this level.
Okay.
And then we're going to wait till spring on the rest of. There's a reason for that, and I'll get to that in the spring. But what we saw was that there was some erosion that was happening starting about a foot higher than where the water is now. And so I'm thinking that if we can get the water up to about the level of these rocks here, there's really not enough for any significant erosion to happen above that, right? There's not much water
Let's
going to be coming in here, and so the main thing is that, you know, the water doesn't get to running real fast. And because I don't want it eroding these banks where we've done all that work to put the bentonite in.
And compacted it.
One thing we are noticing is that it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's taking it longer to fill. We're down to probably, even with the additional pressure we've got, maybe 4 inches a day at this point.
We need some more fish structure too.
Yeah, we'll work
Right
on
behind
that. You got fish structure, Dave?
Vinny's tire.
I don't. You say that, but you wanted to drive a tractor off in the thing.
Yeah, Dave's working on that idea too.
But you didn't want Vinny to be that tractor.
No, Vinny's my favorite.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been nice for us to be outside for a little while and it be warm.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on
Tractor Time with Tim.
In my zeal and fiery wrath, I declare that at that time there shall be a great earthquake in the land of Israel. The fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the beasts of the field, every creature that moves along the ground, and all the people on the face of the earth will tremble at my presence. The mountains will be overturned, the cliffs will crumble, and every wall will fall to the ground. And Dave. And Christy.
Yep. I'm surprised the cats didn't come out, but...
No cats.
There was one working its way over this way.